Thank you for joining us at the Team Fiji Assembly. The Assembly today is an opportunity for our 25 sports, including our para sports, to come together as a team, because we're leaving as a team. And right now they've been training and they've been preparing individually. So today was about bringing them together so that we can bond as a team. We can start to grow our culture, our Pacific culture. We can get to know each other. And the sessions was really about athletes, championing athletes. This year's Team Fiji Assembly, we did a little bit different to the normal team assemblies we had. This year we split the sessions. We had an athlete-specific session and we had an entourage-specific session. So the entourage session is made up of your coaches, your managers, your SNC trainers, all of your support crew. That is the entourage, including the HQ team. And so the athlete session was run by athletes that are within our FASANOC Athletes Commission. They were the ones that actually, and that's where I say champions, athletes championing athletes. And the entourage sessions, we called upon our Olympians. And our Olympians are powerful because they're the inspiration. They've been through the athlete pathway. They've transitioned into entourage. They've actually been trained in some of these topics that we talk about. And they're the ones that actually delivered the entourage session. This afternoon, we also have a kit presentation, so an official handover of your game wear. So we have that with all of the teams, so that when they walk out of here, they know that their pride and their culture to represent Fiji is starting to grow. We leave in, the team leaves in less than a week, the advance party, and then our athletes start to go on the 14th. It's that we covered in both sessions, the athletes and the entourage session. We covered topics such as safeguarding. Safeguarding is abuse, neglect, harassment. We covered well-being. We covered sports manipulation. We covered anti-doping. So both topics were covered in both sessions. They were delivered differently to the audiences. My job for today was actually to create a safe space for our athletes to get to know each other. And so that in that safe space, they're able to build relationships. When they go to the game or even training, at least they know that there's somebody they can turn to. We've had our psychologists. We have a psychologist that's traveling with us. We have a team of a total medical team of 14, including doctors and physiotherapists that's traveling with us. But the most important message for us today is about safeguarding. Understanding what safeguarding is, recognizing it not only with yourself, but recognizing it with somebody else, and having the courage to be able to stand up and say something, to report it. And I think that's really important. So our Flagbearer nomination, I have tasked the athletes to do. Our normal process, and the process is still open, our normal process is the National Federation actually submit nominations of who they believe should be the flag bearer. And it's really an athlete from their sport. What I've actually tasked the athletes to do is to come up with their own nominations. After today and building those relationships and those friendships, they're starting to understand a little bit more about the other athletes within the other sports. And I tell you what, we have some great athletes out there that have achieved so much in the world in the last 12 months. So this will be interesting because, again, athletes championing athletes. So I'm going to wait for their nominations and then we'll announce it.
Is the first time that you're doing this?
So we follow a similar process, we've just never involved athletes. So it's generally open to, national federations, it's open to all, but to sit there and address the athletes, to say, you're the champions of athletes, you put in your nominations, I think it's quite powerful.